The school principal called and said, "Your son brought a weapon to school. He's expelled and police are involved, but my son has never even had detention. You obviously have the wrong kid. Tucker wouldn't do that," I shouted into the phone. Principal Williams didn't budge. "Mr. Richmond, I can assure you we have the right student. A student reported seeing it during second period, and we found it in his backpack. That's impossible. There has to be some mistake." Her voice stayed cold and professional. "There's no mistake. I need you to come to the school immediately. The police have your son detained." I didn't even grab my jacket. I just ran out of the conference room and drove straight to the school. A police officer led me inside, and there was Tucker sitting in a chair looking terrified. His eyes were red like he'd been crying. Principal Williams sat behind her desk, and she slid a plastic bag with a knife inside. "Tucker, why do you have this?" I asked him. He just stared at the floor. "Tucker, answer me right now," I said louder. He flinched, but still wouldn't talk. The police officer stepped forward. "Sir, your son isn't cooperating. 3 different students told us they saw him holding the knife, and he's refusing to explain why he brought it. That's a felony weapons charge on school property." I felt like I was going to throw up. A felony meant criminal record, jail time, his entire future destroyed before he even got to high school. There has to be an explanation. "Tucker, please just tell us what happened," I begged. He shook his head, and I saw tears rolling down his face, but he still wouldn't speak. Principal Williams pulled up something on her computer. "We also have reports that Tucker has been skipping classes for the past 2 weeks. He's been hiding out under the bleachers during third period. Security footage shows him meeting with another student there." That didn't make any sense. Tucker never skipped anything. "Who was he meeting?" I asked. She hesitated. "A student named Ethan Jones. He's been suspended twice this year for fighting." I knew that name. Tucker had mentioned Ethan a few times over the past month, but said they were just working on a project together. "Where is Ethan today?" The principal's face went dark. "He didn't come to school this morning. His parents can't reach him either." That's when Tucker finally looked up. "You have to find him, please. He wasn't answering my text this morning and I got scared." His voice was shaking. "Tucker, what are you talking about?" I knelt down in front of him. He was crying harder now. "Ethan showed me the knife 3 days ago. He told me he took it from his stepdad's toolbox because things have been getting really bad at home. His stepdad comes home drunk almost every night and goes after him. Ethan showed me bruises all over his ribs and arms last week. He said his stepdad threw him into a wall 2 weeks ago and gave him a concussion. His mom won't do anything to stop it because she's scared too. Ethan keeps the knife in his locker in case his stepdad showed up at school or tried to pick him up early or something." We all fell silent while he explained. "Then yesterday, Ethan told me his stepdad was getting suspicious. He kept asking where he was going after school. Ethan was panicking because he thought his stepdad knew something. He texted me last night saying that he was afraid his stepdad would kill him." The principal leaned forward. "Why didn't you come to us?" Tucker looked at her like she was crazy. "Because Ethan made me promise not to tell anyone. He said if anyone found out, then CPS would come and he'd get put in foster care and lose his little sister. And if you expelled him for the knife, then he'd have to be home with his stepdad all day with no way out. But this morning he wasn't answering any of my texts, and I got really scared something bad happened. I broke into his locker and took the knife because I thought if I turned it into you, then maybe you'd actually help him instead of just punishing him. I was heading to your office when some kid saw me with it first. The officer was already on his radio calling for a welfare check. Within 20 minutes, we got the call that police found Ethan at home. His stepdad had beaten him badly enough the night before that he couldn't come to school. He was being taken to the hospital, and his stepdad was arrested. 3 months later, I found a handwritten letter in my mailbox from Ethan's mom. "Tucker saved my son's life. Ethan told the doctors he was planning to use that knife on himself that morning. Your boy is a hero."